Welcome, Elk Grove Unified School District New Employee Safety Training Part 1. Find us on the web at www.egusd.net/risk management. Reach us at phone number 916-686-7775 or fax 916-685-2606. Reporting a work-related injury or illness, 916-801-9908. Topics: Injury and Illness Prevention Program, Reporting a work-related injury or illness, Emergency Procedures. Objectives: Discuss the importance of the Illness and Injury Prevention Program. Explain the steps to reporting a work-related injury or illness. Explain our emergency procedures. Why is this training important? California state law requires safety training for all employees. All employees must receive IIPP training once during their career with EGUSD within 60 days of their date of hire. You are important, and we want you to know how to be alert to potential safety concerns and how to report them for corrective action. Injury and Illness Prevention Program. IIPP provides District Coordinator, Brenda McGuire, Risk Manager, coordinators at each site or department, hazard identification. You can report a hazard to your manager or department head. You can request an evaluation of safety conditions by calling Risk Management. You can call your site or department IIPP coordinator. Monthly safety inspections. Safety training programs for employees. Communication network for employees. District IIPP committee with employee representation. Quarterly newsletter distributed to all employees. District policy to support a safe work environment. Safety programs. EGUSD has several safety programs to help prevent and reduce on-the-job injuries and promote safety and well-being while at work. These include such programs as bloodborne pathogens, back safety, ergonomics, hazard communication, chemical hygiene for labs and shops, heat illness, hearing conservation, respiratory protection, golf cart safety, CPR, AED, and first aid. Safety practices. Be mentally and physically alert to safety issues. Keep workspaces clean and orderly at all times. Use personal protective equipment, PPE, as required. Only operate equipment you have been trained to operate. Never disable safeguards on any equipment. Use the right equipment for the job. Participate in ongoing district safety training. Personal Safety Conduct Guidelines. Employees of the Elk Grove Unified School District will at all times conduct themselves in a professional manner in accordance with the trust placed upon them. Employees are expected never to place students, co-workers, or themselves at risk through unsafe work practices. Horseplay, particularly, is deemed inappropriate in any work setting, particularly with young people present, and will be dealt with in a manner befitting the offense. Following the Personal Safety Conduct Guidelines, you will meet your responsibilities as an EGUSD employee under SB 198. Failure to follow these guidelines can result in being disciplined in accordance with district policy. Reporting a work-related injury or illness. An injury checklist. Everyone should work safely to protect themselves from injuries, but if you do get injured, here's what you should do. Notify your supervisor immediately. Call the field intervention nurse at 916-801-9908. If medical treatment is necessary, the field intervention nurse will arrange and authorize your initial appointment. After the appointment, return the physician's work release/medical evaluation to the district workers' compensation contact and your supervisor. Follow the medical care and rehabilitation program designed by the physician. Actively take part in working with your supervisor and the return to work specialist in your return to work plan. Reporting a work-related injury/illness after hours. Outside regular business hours, the FIN will return your call the next business day. If you need immediate medical attention outside regular business hours, go to the nearest medical facility after leaving a message for the FIN. Field Intervention Nurse, FIN, 916-801-9908. Workers' compensation. What is workers' compensation? If you get hurt on the job, your employer is required by law to pay for workers' compensation benefits. Discrimination is illegal. It is illegal under Labor Code Section 132A for your employer to punish or fire you because you file a workers' compensation claim, intend to file a workers' compensation claim, settle a workers' compensation claim, testify or intend to testify for another injured worker. Workers' compensation. What are the benefits? Medical care, temporary disability benefits, permanent disability benefits, supplemental job displacement benefits, death benefits. Structured return to work program. An injury-free workplace. Our goal is to have an injury-free workplace. That's why we are committed to creating a safe work environment at all of our facilities and making everyone more aware of safety in whatever we are doing. It also means taking the necessary safety precautions at all times to prevent injuries. After all, an injury affects more than just you. It affects your family, friends, and coworkers. Being injured can be devastating, but when an injury does occur, we have a program in place to assist you in your recovery and ultimately to help you return to full duty safely. It's called the Structured Return to Work Program and is described in this brochure. An injury checklist. Everyone should work safely to protect themselves from injuries, but if you do get injured, here's what you should do. 1. Notify your supervisor immediately. 2. Call the field intervention nurse at 916-801-9908. 3. If medical treatment is necessary, the field intervention nurse will arrange and authorize your initial appointment. 4. After the appointment, return the physician's work release/medical evaluation to the district workers' compensation contact and your supervisor. Follow the medical care and rehabilitation program designed by the physician. 5. Actively take part in working with your supervisor and the return to work specialist in your return to work plan. SIA for Kids, Schools in Partnership, Structured Return to Work Program, a program developed for Elk Grove Unified School District employees. All right. Who benefits from an injury? No one benefits from an injury. A serious injury not only means you'll be away from your job, It also means you won't be able to participate in the activities you enjoy every day, spending time with your family, hobbies, and other recreational pursuits. The school district and your supervisors, in partnership with Schools Insurance Authority, are committed to providing employees with a safe workplace. Although we strive to prevent injuries, we know that they may occur. For those times, we make sure you have access to quality, specialized medical care to help you return to work as soon as it is medically appropriate to do so. What is a return to work program? We recognize that most injured employees have a desire to return to work as soon as it is medically safe and reasonable to do so. The structured return to work program is designed to assist our employees' recovery from occupational injury/illness. The program has a single goal: to provide the tools to help employees return to work as safely and quickly as possible. What's the first step in the Return to Work program? Immediate medical response and follow-up. The Return to Work program goes into action the moment an injury occurs on the job. First, notify your supervisor and contact the field intervention nurse. Seek medical treatment as directed. The physician will provide medical treatment and evaluate your ability to return to work. In an emergency, you will be taken to the nearest emergency room. After your initial medical examination, the district and your supervisor will evaluate your ability to perform work activities that are medically appropriate. Your return to work plan will be designed so you can ease back into your regular duties with temporary work assignments. These assignments will change as you recover from injury. Who's involved in the injury recovery process? It's a coordinated team effort. All of the team members must do their parts to ensure that you, the injured employee, receive quality medical care so you can return to work safely. Injured employee. You play a key role in the return to work process. After all, only you can best describe the extent of the injury and provide regular feedback to your physician as your recovery progresses. Physician. Based on your input, the physician determines the level of activities you can safely accomplish at work to help you get started on temporary work duties. As your recovery progresses, your physician will modify the types of work duties you can perform safely so you are not re-injured or hurt in another way. District Risk Manager. The District Risk Manager will evaluate the availability of appropriate temporary work assignments based on the physician's work restrictions. District Workers' Compensation Contact. Your district contact serves as a liaison between your employees, the District Risk Manager, your supervisor, and Schools Insurance Authority. Schools Insurance Authority. The Return to Work Specialist will work closely with the physician to clarify medical information and provide problem-solving assistance in the return to work process. What can an injured employee do during the recovery period? Assignment to temporary work duties. After an injury, you may not be able to return to your regular duties for a period of time. Your physician may recommend a rehabilitation period of a few days to a few weeks. It is a fact that the longer an injured employee is unable to return to work, the longer their disability period will be. Being physically inactive for a long time makes it harder to tolerate the everyday rigors of the job. That's why it is healthier to have a speedy return back to work. During your rehabilitation period, you can perform temporary, transitional work duties. As your recovery progresses, these duties will change until you can return to your regular work. Who benefits from an injury? No one benefits from an injury. You'll be away from your job. You won't be able to participate in the activities you enjoy every day, spending time with your family, hobbies, recreational pursuits. What is the Return to Work program? It is a program to help injured employees return to work as safely and quickly as possible. Can include assignment to temporary transitional work duties. As the recovery progresses, the duties will change until the employee can return to regular work. Who's involved in the injury recovery process? It is a coordinated team effort. The injured employee, the physician, EGUSD's risk manager, EGUSD's workers' compensation contact, school's insurance authority. An injury-free workplace. Our goal is to have an injury-free workplace. We are committed to creating a safe work environment throughout our district. We have IIPP standards, the IIPP District Committee, and IIPP site/department representatives to help communicate and reinforce safety practices. When an injury happens, despite our best efforts to prevent it, our goal is to help get workers back to work as safely and quickly as possible. What every employee needs to know: emergency procedures. Site emergency procedures. The district's Security and Safety Department is responsible for producing the District Emergency Procedures Response Plan. Each site has a Site Emergency Procedures Plan that addresses how to respond to various types of emergencies: emergency signals, emergency actions, evacuation routes, and procedures. Things to know: the emergency evacuation route and assembly area for your site, the location of the nearest fire extinguisher to your work area, the location of the first aid kit for your area, who is my site IIPP coordinator and where do they post information, the location of the site emergency procedures, the location of the HAZCOM SDS. Am I required to attend bloodborne pathogens training, hazard communications training, science safety training, nonviolent crisis prevention training, first aid and CPR training? Conclusion. This concludes our overview of EGUSD's Injury and Illness Prevention Program Part 1. If you have any questions regarding the programs mentioned in this presentation, please contact the Risk Management Department at 916-686-7775 or email inquiries to riskmanagement@egusd.net. As a new hire to EGUSD, please make sure you have also completed Part 2 of the Injury and Illness Prevention Program, Hazard Communication, and Bloodborne Pathogens training modules as well.